guys, it is July 1st, which is the start of the new academic year in medicine. So a lot of new interns are starting their first day of residency today. So today I worked the morning shift in the emergency department, which is 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Just made a smoothie. I also have some overnight oats that I'm going to warm up and then eat when I get there. I did not sleep well last night. I was just so anxious. I am pretty nervous for my first day, excited at the same time. During the first month, we will be like paired in the same area as a senior resident as well and attending, just to kind of help us with the transition. So I'm gonna head out and then I'll let you guys know how my first day went. Whew. So the first shift is done. Oh boy, it was a good day though. So on my way home, I picked up some of my scrubs. The program actually gives us 5 sets of scrubs our first year. Then each additional year you get, I think, like 2 or 3 per year. So I picked up 2 of mine. A couple of them were back ordered. So first shift wasn't bad at all. I worked the 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift. And then there's always like a 1-hour overlap with the oncoming resident or attending. So if my shift ends at 4, there's going to be somebody coming in at 3, and during that last hour you don't pick up any patients. You kind of just wrap up your current patients and complete your notes. So I was able to get out a little past 3 o'clock. So I feel like there's 2 elements to being like a new intern. One is just the fact that you are like learning a lot of stuff and you really haven't had patient contact in a long time, so it's kind of like you're relearning a lot of things. So that's one aspect, like the patient care. And then the other aspect is if you're learning a new EMR, going through all that and really learning how to document and chart. As students, really the most sometimes you would do is maybe put in orders, or you would type the HPI and the history, like the history and physical. But there's a lot more to it than that. Like you have to do the MDM, which is the medical decision making part. And so that's pretty much like a timeline of this series of events of like when the patient comes in, why you chose to order these labs, what the results showed, your decision making thinking process. So that's a very important aspect of the note. I'm not sure if that's specific to the emergency department, but yeah, every note you have the MDM section. So yeah, I haven't my last rotation was like February when I was on the ICU, but I finished like my EM rotations late, like last fall. But I did 3 EM rotations, and then you just get in the rhythm of the chief complaint, as soon as you hear like chest pain, knowing the list of possible differentials, what the workup is going to be, treatment, things like that. And it's just been a while, so I have to get back into the rhythm of okay, this chief complaint, let me go through all the differentials, workup, things like that. It's like, you know, all these things, you just that you haven't done it in a while, so it's going to take time to get back in the rhythm of, you know, being in the emergency department. But I only saw like 2 patients today. I probably would have seen more, but the way that the schedule worked, I was scheduled to be on a B side. That's what my schedule said, but in actuality I was on A side, which is higher acuity, and there was already a senior resident and they're picking up most of those patients. Like obviously my first day, I'm not gonna be picking up those high acuity patients, so there were just like less patients for me to see today. I mean, which is fine, because the patients that I had time to like thoroughly work through the chart and document, and it's really great. We have scribes like for our first few shifts to really help us. So the scribe isn't like writing the whole note for us. Typically that's what the scribe would do for a physician, like document the whole patient encounter. They're there for the first few shifts for the interns, just to like let us know where things are in the chart, how to document, how to do the MDM, how to do like admission notes, things like that. So it was super helpful, like having a scribe there for the whole first shift. Also, something that is so great is we have M-modal, so dictation, so like speaking into the microphone and dictating your whole note. It just saves so much time. Even if you're like a fast typer, like think about writing a whole paragraph for your HPI instead of typing it up. Just speak into the microphone and it's there for you, so that saves a lot of time. So my next shift is tomorrow. I work 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. And tomorrow's Thursday, and every Thursday we have conference or didactics, which is it's a mix of, you can do like different simulations, like practicing procedures, or you can have like different lecture topics. I think tomorrow the topic is on GI bleeds, GI disorders, stomach disorders. So conference is from 8 to 12, and then after that I have a shift from 1 to 10. So it is going to be a long day, but thankfully conference is currently on Zoom because of COVID and social distancing and all that. But I'm thankful to say I survived my first shift. Wasn't bad at all. I mean, the attendings are understanding. The expectations are kind of like low for the first month or so. So yeah, another shift tomorrow, but I'm going to take a nap, and then probably a little bit later in the evening gonna review like the GI disorders for tomorrow's conference. So I went down the street to the Mexican restaurant and finally tried some of their food. I got the shrimp taco, the fish taco. Just tried the shrimp taco, and it is really good. Y'all, what a shift. I worked the 1 to 10 p.m. shift today. Just getting off, it's a little past 11 o'clock. I managed a really complicated patient today with my senior resident attending. I intubated a patient, that same patient today. Lots of learning today. Tough shift, good shift. I learned the importance of documenting as you go and not just waiting till the end. Because I mean, when there's so much going on with the patient like that, it's good to constantly, you know, every so often put updates in the chart so that you don't get so backed up at the end of the shift. Surprisingly enough, I've intubated several patients on my anesthesia rotation, but never a patient in the emergency department on my away rotation. So today was my first intubation in the ED. But today is Thursday. I have Friday and Saturday off, and then I go back in Sunday night for 4 straight days of night shift. And those 4 straight days are my longest string of working like days in a row like that. Other than that, it's like 3 days on, a couple days off, 2 days on, maybe 3 days off. So yeah. Good morning and happy Friday, you guys. I am off today. Thank goodness. I'm off today and tomorrow, actually. About to get the day started. Stanley's coming back in town today. He was in Atlanta like for the past week. But today I need to get organized, run some errands, do some laundry, and just get some things together. I also wanted to go to Home Goods, get some more decor for this space. I ordered a rug earlier this week and accidentally got it shipped to the house in Atlanta. So I'm just gonna get that the next time I go back to Atlanta, which would be in a couple weeks actually. But I'm gonna make some breakfast and get the day started. Breakfast, did laundry, cleaned the apartment. Now I'm about to head to Home Goods. So I'm looking for some plants and then some artwork to go above the sofas, and then maybe a coffee table book. So I was actually looking for 2 photos to go side by side above the sofa. This is pretty nice, but I was thinking more color instead of black and white. Comes in a set of 2. I'm really loving this side table. On the way there, I had one saved that was gold legs and then glass, and it was about 90. This one is 80. Thinking about it. Came across another one, and it's half the price, $40. So I stopped into the Office Depot to fax something. While I was here, I was gonna look for a planner, and all they have is 2021. First of all, these are way too expensive, but there is no 2020. I know we're halfway through the year, but goodness, I need a 2020 planner. All right, I'm back from Home Goods. My goodness, it was so hot out today. Let me show you guys what I got. So I got this little plant. Unsure if this is gonna go by the TV console or in the bedroom. I ended up getting these 2 photos. It will go right above the sofa. I got this. I'm so happy I found this for half the price. So a side table probably go right here. I got a coffee table book, this little vase, either for coffee table or for decor for the TV stand. Just got some stemless wine glasses, and that's about it. Oh, I also got this jewelry box. It's glass on the bottom, or a mirror on the bottom, glass and gold. So a lot of you guys in the last video had a lot of questions about us buying a home in Atlanta, even though I'm down in Florida temporarily for my residency program working here. I mentioned it in a couple of previous vlogs, but obviously everybody doesn't watch every single video or watch every single video in its entirety. So yes, we purchased our first home in Atlanta. We really came across a great opportunity to build a brand new home in a great location, and somewhere that we're going to be long term is Atlanta. So we decided to go ahead and invest now and purchase now. And so during the duration of my residency training, we'll just be going back and forth. And Stanley's job is still in Atlanta, but he is remote now, working from home, which means he'll be down here in Florida a lot. So yeah, we're actually going to be back home in Atlanta in a couple of weeks, hosting a birthday party at the house for Stanley. So yeah, if I get asked that question again, I'm just going to refer you guys back to this video. So the plan with the photos is to hang them up above, but I have no idea how I'm going to hang them. Command strips are not going to work. In the back, there's really nowhere to nail anything. Like nowhere to nail, so I had to figure that one out. But I like the photos, or the artwork. All right, so this is what it's looking like. The side table went right there. The 2 photos will go up above. Coffee table, added the book, and then I ended up putting the plant there with that little vase, and we'll get something else on the other side to balance it out. And Stanley's also bringing his PlayStation, which is gonna go in the middle. But it is coming together. All that's left to round out this space is getting a tall standing plant in the corner, and then adding the rug, which is in Atlanta. Quick update, I got the photos up. I ended up using command strips, and I just had to put them around the edge. And yeah, they're slightly off balance. It's hard to tell on camera, but I'm not even gonna redo it. I'm gonna leave it as is, and I love the way it looks. So Stanley's on his way. He's about an hour away, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making lunch. I'm gonna have some pasta. Look who's back and has already set up his PS4. Stanley! Lunchtime. So my job gave us a new iPhone. It's the iPhone XR, and then they gave us an iPad as well. Honestly, my 2 first shifts, I haven't really used it. You can use it as a personal phone or work phone, like whatever. But like when I call maybe a consult or a mission, I would use that phone instead of my personal phone. But yeah, iPhone and iPad. Good morning, guys. So one of the art pieces fell yesterday. Command strips didn't quite work, so I'm gonna try to use this hook here and here and see if it'll stay.
He'd still be playing in the youth team.
by any means necessary. Adjusted it. Alright, I'm satisfied. Having some green smoothies with fried egg and bread for breakfast. So today is actually 4th of July. We're not doing anything. It's actually been raining all day. Plan to go out by the pool, but probably just stay in. Tomorrow is Sunday. I work Sunday night. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the vlog here so I can get the video edited. Not sure if I'm gonna have video next week. I work nights all next week, so if there's no video next week, I'll be back the week after that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.